This is FanSpeak, a weekly live show where the fans of comics and its community are our guests. Well, hello everybody, and welcome to the show. This is FanSpeak here on the last and waning days of January. But very happy to have you guys here. We got ourselves a great guest, as we like to try to have here on FanSpeak. We're going to be talking about, of course, about Nyobi with Larry again, and that's always a cool thing. A very popular character, good-looking character, and we'll get into that, of course, after we do all our initial stuff. Do keep in mind, though, check out all those links down below, please. Particularly FanSpeak over on Facebook. Really happy with what's going on there. It's continually growing. I just welcomed a new member today, even. So if you're not part of that, please go over and hit that link and become part of it. And don't just watch things. Put things in. Give your opinion. Give a review. Whatever. Call Booster an idiot. You can do whatever you like. It's free. Free country.
Don't do that.
Free country.
I don't like that. That's oh no.
No, we don't do that. We love our booster, of course. And of course, when we speak of booster, we talk about a man who understands the pie. He understands the
Mhm.
noodles, and most importantly, he understands the depressive nature of energy drinks. So, how you doing, Booster?
Oh, I'm not allowed energy drinks anymore.
Oh, you're not. Who has
No.
banned you, sir?
Doctor.
You're 27 and you go to a doctor?
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn, dude, that sucks, man.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal.
Yeah, it is pretty brutal.
Let's not get into that.
We're not going to get into that. But happy to have you alive, Booster.
I
nice.
am alive. I'm here.
I
I come here even though I'm on the brink of death because I love you all.
Isn't that awesome?
And that's how little bitter I have to do with my time.
Well, there you go. Little better.
Yeah,
I love all the
little
wonderful
better.
English that surrounds me.
Oh, the English. Teach me English, teacher.
No, I won't. No, you are cut out, sir. But nevertheless, guys, happy to have you in here. Of course, Booster and I are going to be actually trying to be funny. There's a 50-50 chance on it, I think, 50-50. But nevertheless, this is FanSpeak, so we got a couple things we need to get to before we talk to our guest. And the next thing we have to do is say hello to, what? Is that a Dinale llama? Hello, sir. And he's not talking to me.
Dinale. I'm here. I made it just for you.
He's not going to talk to me. He's hating on me.
You're getting the silent treatment.
We are.
Oh no, he is. Oh,
No, he's having trouble. Yeah.
No.
Am I?
Oh, there you go. There it is. There it is.
There it is.
There it is.
Rusty chains. So how you doing, dude?
Tired, as you can see, and having mic problems as I've worn down my headset, so I have to get some new headsets apparently.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. So I do apologize. I will be here for a little bit and stepping out afterwards.
Awesome. Well, dude, welcome to 2020. It's a new year and everything. We're almost out of January.
I know. I'm waiting for it. It's a lot.
Is it?
Speaking
Okay.
of 2020,
cool.
let's pick this bad boy up the other
Ooh, Cyberpunk 2020. Nice. Yeah.
Right on my goodness.
Look at that.
This is an exact replica of the first printing. So it's a second printing, but it is the exact same thing. Nice.
That is cool, dude. Yeah, I remember playing that back in the 80s, man. That was fun.
Are you getting Cyberpunk 20? I think 55 is the next edition. 2077, and oh brother, you better believe I am. Because it's all based off so cool. RPG and on the old lore, like Night City, the whole deal, man. Yeah,
I'm going to buy it as well. I'm also thinking about getting the video game. The video game looks really well. Looks really good as well. Yeah.
What was it? Cyberpunk. Well, that's what I'm talking about. The game. I'll be live streaming that.
Right. But certainly, it looks like a great game. And of course, CD Projekt Red is one of those companies that's standing up to the silliness of EA, Bethesda, and Ubisoft, and all these kind of idiots. So they deserve your support anyway. So we definitely want to do that. It's just like we had a project, a movie project that's coming out soon, the Sonic movie, which we talked a little bit about on Monday's show. We definitely want to go out there and support that because they listen to the fans. So even if you're not a Sonic fan, go watch that movie. we want that movie to make money because we want Hollywood to understand that that's the type of company we want to deal with, not your silly nonsense that usually you're up to.
Set the precedent, baby.
Yeah, said it.
Set
right?
that precedent.
I think the only sad part of it is the studio that actually made the changes to the Sonic went out of business.
Yeah, they did.
I wish that was
they
the
did.
design they came up
Yeah.
with in the first place, because so, I don't know if anyone else has noticed it or if it's just me or not, but it seems like on the original design, right, all the technology and shadowing and everything was done a lot better, right? So it seemed like he actually fit into that world, but with this redesign, he kind of sticks out in the forefront quite a bit because the shading and everything isn't quite complete. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
I don't know if I'm just seeing things, but that's how it seems to me.
Well, they went and pushed to change the entire thing. I'm sure it was a hard, very difficult thing to do. But anyway, we're not even into the show yet, so let's put that on the side because, of course, as you guys know, it's a very important thing that happens on FanSpeak. We need the chairman's address. Please, sir, enlighten me.
Oh. What?
Uh-oh.
What?
Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Oh, sorry.
So here's the thing. I'm involved in comics, and it's an independent movement that I've been with. Right? Someone call it Comicsgate, and I did something recently, and so I'm on the move a bit.
Oh shit!
I got on Twitter.
Uh-oh.
And I made some posts.
Oh no.
So well, anyway, you know what? So here's another thing. Another thing that's been going on. I've been watching the Senate hearings, the impeachment trial, and what I noticed was there was a group of people that put out a lot of information, and they were accusing one side of doing all kinds of different things, and then the other side came back and said, no, here's the facts and here's the truth. And they went back and forth, and there was a lot of politics involved. And I said, wait a second, am I really watching the Senate trial, or am I involved in Comicsgate again on YouTube? And well, that's the dumpster. Don't concern yourself with the dumpster. So it's been very interesting. And what that showed me was how much politics has gotten involved in the comics and the independent comics group. That individual members who used to come together for the unity of all, which used to be called the Great Union of America, was once said that a house divided cannot stand. And there's where we are today. And even now, me saying these words, I'm a little concerned about what's going to happen to myself here in the future. But all that being aside, of course, as I always say, and that is, keep trying to do things more positive, be uplifting and supportive to each other. Don't throw out inflammatory statements. Be respectful to one another in Comicsgate, in independent comics. Let the other side, let the other people do those things, make those inflammatory remarks. It just wears them down and shows everyone else what's really going on, both in the greater scheme of things, because that is the culture war. Let them tear themselves down by being the fool. And it happens all the time, every day. You turn on the news, you see it, and people turn away from others like that. So be respectful, be supportive of each other. Of course, that's what we do here at FanSpeak. That's what we like to say what we say, and that's what I'm saying tonight. What are the fans saying? Welcome to FanSpeak.
Namaste, indeed. Very nice. Claps.
Yep. But
I was just waiting for him to get jumped by somebody or something.
I was too.
It's scary out there. You can't just go on Twitter and say things.
Yeah, you gotta stay off that Twitter. Yeah, it's pretty hard.
I know it.
Yeah. You know, the funny thing, though, and well said, sir, but the funny thing for me, the very first thing that popped into my mind after the Carmen Sandiego bit was, this is Kermit the Frog here, reporting live from the shadows of a dumpster. You need to do more Kermit stuff.
No one remembers that, Chester. You're too old.
Dude, that was awesome. That's Sesame Street reference, by the way.
Here with the Sesame Street newsflash.
We need to do more Kermit, I think.
Oh, that was almost a good piggy. Almost. You got to work on that. Anyway, guys. Well, thank you very much, Chairman. We always appreciate your words. Very nice to have Booster and Dinale here. We got the old crew, the original crew back in here. That's cool.
OG, baby.
But OG baby, yeah. Of course, it never sounds good when I say those things. Of course, today we're here to talk to Larry about Nyobi. So I say we get right into it. What do you guys think? Hey, Larry, what's up, man?
Let's get into it.
Brother, first of all, thanks for having me back on FanSpeak. I really enjoyed the last time I was with you guys. Of course, that was for the Drawn and Quartered fan edition.
Yeah.
Got a lot of nice Nyobi artwork out of that. And it's inspired me to do a Nyobi fan art contest for the next book. So.
Oh, sweet, dude. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
No, that's good.
That's
I
a
like
very
those
good idea,
man. Yeah.
Good promotion.
So, super pumped.
Awesome. And of course, we're really happy to have you back too. It's nice talking to you in particular, but also you got a great looking character there. We like the character. It's one of those designs we see that actually has legs. And of course, you've proven it has legs because this current successful Kickstarter, which congratulations to you. Yeah, I get it. This is what you said, number 7.
7th, yeah. It's the 5th issue of Nyobi, but it's the 7th campaign that I've successfully ran.
Ah, sweet, dude. And this one's on Kickstarter, but you're going to be running it on Indiegogo as well, you said, right?
Yeah, so what the plan will be once this is finished and fulfillment is done, we'll launch a secondary campaign, probably a little bit smaller than this one, and it will be just for people on Indiegogo, and we'll have an exclusive cover just for those folks.
Sweet, dude. There you go. Now, I know you were inundating me earlier with Macho Man, which I love Macho Man. If you really want to impress me, though, I want a Superfly Snuka.
Yeah.
Yes. Praise be. Praise be. I want to hear me a Superfly Snooker, man. You got to work on that. Nevertheless.
Yeah. No, I could track down Jimmy.
Yeah, there you go. Once again, showing my age, but I love that guy. He was awesome. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, all those old good guys. Nevertheless, I'm going to go over to the new page, take a look at it, and we're going to run through it, and you just let us know what's going on. This particular, this is issue 3, I believe.
No, so what this is a almost like a soft reboot, if you will. Okay. We've learned through trials and successes and failures and triumphs what to do and what not to do. And one of the biggest criticisms that we had for Nyobi 2, 3, and 4, and the reason why a publisher wouldn't pick it up was because the interior artwork was a little bit lacking, and what you saw on the cover certainly wasn't what you were getting inside the book. And so we decided to put the brakes on. I took basically a year off to work on this book. Mm-hmm. And we've gone with the new art team, and instead of being in black and white, we're in full color now. I feel like the 1960s now in full color,
Right. Well, it is a cool looking character, and adding color is not the easiest thing to do. Yesterday we were, Monday we were taking a look at what was that project? It was basically, He-Man with the Thundercats. It was great inks. What was that one called, Booster?
Yeah, well, I don't remember.
Oh, good. Well, anyway, we were looking at a project that's ongoing or upcoming, and just wonderful, wonderful inks, and the colors just killed it, man. Washed it out. So going color is not the easiest thing to do. So why don't you lay down to us, writer, artist, and colorist, please?
Well, not only is it not the easiest thing to do, it's also not the cheapest thing to do, right?
Right. Yeah.
Which is the number one reason why we weren't in color with the first 4 issues, because we were just starting out. We were babies getting our feet wet, sort of thing. But there's a it was all budget reasons. But now we made a little bit of extra money off of the Nyobi Indiegogo campaign. I had like an extra $1,000 that I could use to get a colorist. So we got a guy by the name of Dan Overa to do all the interior colors, and he's phenomenal. And he works in the industry as a professional. He's done work for Zenoscope Comics, the Grim Fairy Tale stuff.
Oh yeah,
and he's also worked for Action Lab Comics, and they do he's been on the Puppet Master comic. He's been on Zombie Tramp and Vampirate and stuff like that.
Sweet, yeah. So it's good to get someone with some experience, and we do know it's expensive. And like, oh, we got cosplay. That's awesome. But the good thing for me about Niobe is it's a good looking character. The model design is certainly good looking, but it also I think the name really lends to it. Niobe. It's easy to remember, and you created a marketable thing here, and that's awesome, dude. And it's interesting that now that color's coming in, you're kind of in essence rebooting yourself. Now, how are you
Yeah,
going about that though? How you doing that in
well,
this comic?
I mean, it's not that the events of Niobe's 1 to 4 didn't take place. We'll still consider it canon, and there'll be things that we'll have to catch up on. But basically, I'm taking the Brian Pulido model now, where we're going to put out books, but they're going to be mini series. It's very hard to do an ongoing series when you're only putting out 1 or 2 books a year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like people are so used to a monthly book. By the time like you buy
I wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah. By the time you buy a crowdfunding book, and then like 8 months later you get the second one, you've already forgotten all about the first one, right? So the idea is miniseries. So this is going to be a 2-part miniseries. It's going to be a complete story in 2 parts, and then the next time we do a Niobe, it'll be another Niobe miniseries, and they'll connect, but you won't be required to read one before you read the other, sort of thing. They'll all be standalone stories.
Sweet. And how many pages are in this one?
There's going to be 24 pages in this one. So it's your standard floppy comic book, right?
All right, cool.
And that's why I'm not charging $25 for a hard copy, at least not of the standard edition anyway.
Mm-hmm. And of course, as we see, you've already made 458,449 yen.
Yeah, it looks so impressive in Japan, doesn't it?
Yeah, right?
But it actually is impressive. I mean, that is around $4,000. It's not bad,
Yeah,
dude.
it actually equals out to almost 5,500 Canadian, which is the number I like.
Well, yeah, but no one wants to talk about that, dude. Sorry.
Yeah, let's not talk about Canadian dollars.
I'm actually $6 away from reaching the 3rd stretch goal.
Oh yeah, and I was looking at those earlier. So let's go down and take a look at the stretch goals. I was right there, and I should have stayed there. But let me come back down here. And I do like the stretch goal things. And let's see what you got. So number 1 is the Niobe postcard. Nice. We got the buttons, which are I didn't see the postcard. Maybe this is it here. No, it's a metal print.
Well, no, the postcard is none of the stretch goals have actually been uploaded to the Kickstarter as of yet.
Well, the buttons are here. I see the buttons.
Well, yeah, but it's gonna be a 5th button that's gonna be different from those.
Oh, okay. I see what you're doing. Oh, that's cool. All right.
Yeah.
Do you have a perk over here let you get all the buttons from the past?
Oh yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Not all the buttons from the past, but you can get those 4 buttons for sure.
Oh, there you go. Now I see we got trading cards here have been unlocked as well. A lot of people do the trading cards. I don't know exactly where that started. Maybe it was I don't know, was it Ethan? I don't know who started it, but or maybe it was Richard. But it is cool. I kind of like getting the little things, and I did finally get Cyberfrog. Finally, praise to the heavens.
Oh, well done.
Yeah, well done. I finally got over here in Japan. It does look great. It's a beautiful book. I agree that maybe the production value isn't as good as it should have been, but it is beautiful.
Yeah, well, we just got a backer, so we're now at 5526. So that stretch goal literally just got unlocked. So
that's
for the
awesome.
Niobe trade
We got back just now.
Just now, brother. And
booyah.
And first time I ever saw trading cards in a campaign was actually not from anything in Indiegogo. It was before that. It was like with Lady Death and Kickstarter.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. My coffee went down the wrong pipe. Oh, all right. Yeah, no. The point I wanted to make about it is, they're all kind of loose leaf, right? And I think the most trading cards I got was with the Gary Shipman project that had a whole ton of them, and that was kind of cool too because I actually helped in the design of those things personally. But the one thing I liked about the Cyberfrog was it came in an actual pack. Like the little foil packs we get, right? I thought that was really cool.
He pulled the Doug Tenaple route, which was genius of them to do. Because that's what Doug Tenaple did. He had packs for the Bigfoot Bill stuff.
Yeah, no, I think it was a nice little. It made me smile. Nice little thing, and I was very happy because a lot of people were, kind of knocking on the art and things like that. And I'm like, well, I have to take that with a grain of salt because of all the nonsense, right? But it is a gorgeous book, dude. It's freaking gorgeous. But the trading card thing just caught my eye with that, and I thought it was cool. But it's awesome that you're doing it as well. We also have cosplay photos. Tell us about that.
Right. Well, it's going to be a cosplay photo of Emily. If you scroll down, you saw her, in a candid photo. But we actually took some professional photos of her back in the day, which I got a ton of. So we're going to pull one of those out of the vault, and we're going to give it to people.
Yeah, that's cool, dude. And of course, who's the little girl, the cute little kid? Is this your daughter or something like that?
No. This was a free comic book day event a few years back here at the local shop. And so these were just like, fans and their kids taking pictures with Emily, getting books signed, having fun.
That is awesome, dude. And it's nice to see a little kid so excited. But that's cute. But no, it's a neat thing. Now, Nyobi, this lady here, is this your wife or?
No, she was a sister of a friend of mine, and she just approached me, when this is like way back when Nyobi 1 came out, and she's like, Larry, I gotta cosplay this character, and I'm like, yeah, no, you're in.
That's cool, dude. Now, Nyobi herself, however, if we could go back to a little backstory, I know, of course, a lot of people here know about Nyobi, but the thing with it though, we had you on the Drawn and Quartered fan edition, and we went over a little bit. But now Nyobi, for me, obviously, is a Japanese character, right?
She's half Japanese.
She's half. Okay, so she is a half. I see. And what is the other half? Just curious.
American.
Okay, so not even Canadian, just American.
Not even, yeah. There's nothing Canadian about this book at all. It doesn't take place in Canada. It doesn't even mention Canada. I didn't.
That's good. You should pitch that as your selling point in the Kickstarter.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with Canada.
Down with you.
It's not that. It's just that you get labeled like, oh, that's the Canadian book, and no one cares. You know what I mean? Like.
That's true. That is true. But all right, cool. And of course, as Larry just said, the fifth stretch goal, the fifth and final, I'm assuming, has kicked over, and you now have the brand new print. Now, I saw prints up here, particularly this Paul Green metal print, but I'm assuming that the print that you have, that this is unlocking, is not on the page yet.
No, because it hasn't been drawn yet, right?
Oh, so I see. Okay.
If we get that far, we're going to hire Josh Spencer of Spencer Tunes to draw us a brand new piece of art that everyone will get. And so if you don't know who Josh Spencer is, he's a phenomenal artist. And he drew the cover for the Nyobi Indiegogo campaign. That was the exclusive cover that everyone got.
Oh, I see.
Now, the Paul Green metal print, that is actually sold out. Gone.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I have one of those.
Yeah, so there was like 13 of them available. There was like 10 of them in one tier, which is like the comic and the metal print, and there was 3 more that was like in our complete package sort of tier, right? And there was only 3 of those, and all 3 of those are gone. So the Paul Green metal print completely sold out, and the Paul Green cover itself is also limited edition. So once they're gone, I'm going to have a handful left for convention appearances for the next couple months, and then that's it. They're done. So.
Oh, there you go. Cool exclusiveness. Actually, the first time I ever saw a metal print was at the Tokyo Comic Con. My kids bought a few prints, and then I got some with my Lone Star book as well. I like metal prints. They're cool.
Check this out, man.
Let me come over.
Oh my god!
So the light's not much justice, but these things are nice, and that's why they sold out so quick.
Oh, that is cool, dude. Yeah, no, I never had one before, and I like them though. They're pretty neat.
So it is metal. It is, you know what I mean. It's not going to cut you. The edges are around it. And, I first saw this again to give Brian Polito credit. Jamie Tyndall had done 2 metal prints from with Lady Death on a motorcycle that was just so kick ass that I'm like, you know what? Thanks for the idea, Brian. I'm taking it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. All right, so why don't we go ahead and have that elevator pitch again? So, let us know, who is Nyobi, please.
So Nyobi is a half, as we covered, a half American, half Japanese pop star who also happens to be a genome, and a genome stands for genetic anomaly, which is basically my world's version of mutants. And her genetic power, her genetic anomaly, is the ability to teleport. So she creates a portal of light. It's almost like a wormhole, so to speak. She goes through one end, comes out the other, And she discovers that the more that she starts to employ this ability of hers, the more it kind of wreaks havoc on her body. It turns out, that the human body is not really made to jump through time and space, and there's a little bit of a shock to the system.
Okay.
And so she has to navigate that. She's got this, the old Spider-Man saying, with great power comes great responsibility. So she has this power that very few genomes in the world have, right? There might be like 3 genomes registered with the ability to teleport, and she's one of them. So that makes her a huge asset. So she was recruited by the United Nations, and so she works in conjunction with them to help deal with certain threats that are caused by genomes. She's also serves as a public relations person to speak on the behalf of genomes and that sort of thing.
Oh, so I see. So pop star by day, superhero by night.
You got it, brother.
Yeah, then that's cool, man. I like the aspect that the character has, the power endangers her life, right? It's threatening to her body. There's not a lot of characters that are like that. I like it though. It's cool because it's a built-in weakness for her that is very easy for you as a writer to make stories around. You know what I mean?
Sure. I mean, the thing is, it gives me, well, like you said, every hero should have a vulnerability. I mean, even Superman has kryptonite, right?
Mm-hmm.
So her kryptonite is basically herself and her own ego and her own aggressiveness. She has to be very picky when she chooses to teleport. And right now, the way I'm writing her is she's kind of reckless with it, right?
Right.
It hasn't really sunk in yet that this is really going to kill her. So she uses it whenever she sort of sees trouble. But she's going to learn, that the more she uses it, the more she's going to get sick. Like in the very first issue, she had blood running out of her nose because she was using her power. And that's when she had first discovered that this was starting to hurt her. So now she's got to, have it in the back of her mind. Is it really the most appropriate time? Do I really need to use my ability right here, right now?
Right. Yeah. Now, of course, being half Japanese, the nosebleed could have had something to do with completely different things. But that's okay. Maybe that's a reference only I get, and the weeb over here next to me, Booster. But now.
Oh wait, what? No.
What? Are you awake now? Very good. Now, I'm assuming that her being a pop star, she is a J-pop singer, is what I'm assuming she is.
Oh, clearly, yeah, for
clearly,
sure.
clearly. Now, Booster is an absolute mega drooling fan of J-pop. He's got a collection.
This is such fake news.
Oh, really?
Bastard.
Yeah. The collection of Daimakura with
I
all
don't
the
listen
little
to any kind of pop.
AKB48 girls. Yeah.
Bastard.
Well, I'll tell you who my favorite J-pop star is. It's
Okay.
Koda Kume.
Koda Kume.
What are you laughing about? What's this?
Nothing.
I mean, that's you want an inspiration for Nyobi? Koda Kume is one of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no. She's very popular. I'm laughing because she is what you would call a scandal queen.
It's all right.
Yeah.
I like her. I'm also a big fan of some K-pop too. So.
Well, I won't forgive you for that, but it's all right.
It's all right.
Yeah. No, Koda Kumi is a very popular star over here. She's almost kind of like a Madonna-esque character here in Japan. But she has a lot of scandals. She cannot stay out of trouble, this girl. Well, I shouldn't say girl, woman. She's actually quite old. But she's got one hit though that I don't mind. It's very catchy song. It's a pretty good song. But she does the sexy thing, which is the one thing about Japanese ladies, they don't do sexy well, right? They do cute.
Yeah.
She actually can do sexy. So she's a rare beast over here, to be honest with you. But yeah, now she's getting old. I mean, because she's almost my age, I think, dude.
Yeah, no, she's getting up there. But yeah, I mean, I was a big fan of 90s anime. So, listening to Japanese music wasn't exactly a strange thing for me, right? And, Koda Kume even did a song on one of the Final Fantasy games. She sings on.
Oh, really?
Oh, no, she's a mega star, dude. Mega.
I think it's the one where they're all pop stars. Final Fantasy, was it 11?
I think you're thinking of 10-2. And
10,
no, if she was singing those songs, then I don't like her.
Oh, okay. But no, I wasn't kidding. She is like the Madonna of Japan. She's megastar, dude. Yeah. It's just every now and then she shows up. You can't go more than 2 years without her being in the news for some kind of scandal. She's always in trouble.
So in your chat, I gotta mention this in the chat. You have bullets saying Puna and 4 minute. for like J-pop. They are my absolute favorite K-pop band of all time. And Huna, and I keep saying her name wrong. She is like the hottest Korean I've ever seen in my life.
Really? What's her name? Let me check it out.
Hyuna.
Yeah, they're spelling it wrong in here though. It's
Hyuna.
It's
Hyunaro.
Hyuna.
Yeah.
I'm in love with her anyway. She's a future wife of mine.
Well, dude, she is a hottie. That is for damn sure, dude. I suppose I should show her on the other side.
Of course you'd think so.
Shut up, Booster. Yeah, that's a hottie right there.
While he has his yellow ass fever.
Yeah. Hey, anyone who want to talk about Asian girls, I'm on board. Now that's a hottie. Now here's the thing though, that Japanese girls can't usually pull this off, right? Japanese girls don't go this route. Korean girls can pull off the hottie, right? And she is definitely a hottie. I mean, look at her. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
I'm 100% on board with it. And then of course, here's Korakumi. Like I said, she's an older lady. She's been around a long time, but she's a megastar here, dude.
How old are we talking here?
She's almost my age, dude. I think she might well be my age, actually.
Is 37.
Oh, okay. Well, damn, she's aged. Well, it's
my age bracket. I like it.
Well, dude, it's all that too much partying, right? That's why she looks so old. Because she's an absolute wreck.
Yeah, they look old. They look old for Asian women, but compared to Western women, they look like they're in their 20s.
But understand, right? I've spent nearly my entire adult life here in Asia, right? So I know I'm not blinded by that. I know what old is here, and she looks like she's around my age, dude. Compared to most Japanese, so she's definitely partied well. Look, here you go. Here's a good example, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's definitely aging, dude. But she is a big star over here, and she does have one song that I actually like. So, which is weird because I hate pop music in general. I can't stand it. But she actually has a super catchy song that I like quite a bit. That's her. And then of course, oh, did I lose the other one? Oh, whatever. I don't know why this came over here. You shouldn't be here. You're not supposed to be in here. Stop it. All right, get rid of that. Let me go back over here, Nyobi. But anyway, that's enough with the pop stars. But another thing, the last point on that though is in Korea. However, not only do they have to be beautiful and capable, of course, they have to be able to sing. We're here in Japan; they're not required to sing. They just have to be pretty, right, or cute, or whatever. So, but Nyobi is taking the J-pop route, not the K-pop route, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I'm a little mix of both, but yeah.
Cool. Well, we definitely want to jump over and do some news and come back and look at the perks at the end. But before I do that, does anybody here have any questions for Larry? Anybody?
Hey, how are you doing? How's the weather?
I'm good, brother. I'm good.
Yeah.
But the weather though is freaking cold out. It's cold out.
Let's trade. It's hot over here. I don't like the heat.
Well, it is your summer. All right, so let me just catch up with the chat real quick, and then we'll do a little bit of news, and we'll come back and talk more about Nyobi. So let me see. Roger Heller's in here, which is always awesome. Thank you very much, sir. We got Eric Hawkins. He says, this Nyobi thing better not be Canadian. Uh-oh. And he says, Dinale. He's happy. The real Dr.
3 times, Dinale will appear.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, like Candyman. Real Dr. Venkman. I came here for Booster. Oh, hi, Larry.
Oh, no.
He is a real doctor, like Dr. Tran. He's a real doctor.
He is actual doctor. He actually fixed my kidney.
Wow.
Yeah, he did that for me.
We also have Pixel Trader in the house, man.
We do, of course. You know, Pixel is one of the OG as well. Right?
Here's what
as well. We got a big OG group today. Yeah.
Nyobi's the first comic book to be tracked by Indicron for a Kickstarter. So we share that honor that we're the first Kickstarter to be tracked by Indicron.
Oh, there you go. That's cool. And of course, you guys should definitely be checking out Indicron. He's expanding that Indiegogo and Kickstarters and stuff. So definitely go over and check that out. And one of my mods, please drop that in there. please. Lorenzo Sleesak's in here. Awesome. Always nice to see him. Model 316 is contemplating something. Dr. Venkman says, don't you dare dox his age, you cretin. I do apologize.
You did. Dox my age right to my face.
Yeah. ECW says, I have Cyberpunk 2020. I plan to get Cyberpunk Red. Yeah, so do I, dude. March Hare, hello, sir. He's going to get tased live on camera. Sweet. All right. Eric Hawkins says, I've got an idea. Let's take back indie comics. Too many pros have dipped into our Kool-Aid. Pros used to diss us indie guys and considered us losers. Take back indie comics. Hashtag. Sweet.
Well, here's the thing. Today's indie artists and creators are going to be tomorrow's pros, right? It's just like in wrestling, you have the guys in the indies coming up, and next thing you know, some of them are on the big show. Not all of them, but some of them make it, right? And you have to get your start somewhere. So I always like to say that today's indies are tomorrow's pros.
Mm-hmm. But I'm Goldust forever, so none of that matters.
Cody Rhodes.
Cody's not not his brother or his papa, dude. He's not.
No, the American dream, Dusty Road, baby.
American dream, baby.
Kevin
Cody,
Sharp,
I'll give Cody
Guy.
this. Cody is similar to his father when it comes to talking.
You guys,
Justin's similar to his father when it comes to wrestling.
I swear to God.
It's happening right in front of your face, Booster.
I'm a wrestling fan, Booster. What can I say?
We're all wrestling fans. So once again, Booster finds himself on the outside looking in. Now we need sad music. Get sad music on that little machine of yours.
Do you have at least what do we got?
I can put sad music on it.
Yeah, see, that would have been perfect time for sad music. But anyway, continue on. Just trying to catch up the chat here. I'm almost there. Flying Saucer is in here. Hey, he says cover looks great. Yeah, no, it's a great looking book, dude. Great looking character. Absolutely. He says he's hearing echoes. Well, let us know if you're still hearing that. It might have been because Thundera popped in. They usually flatten themselves out.
It was just Pinkman. I think like the entire chat would be complaining if there was echoing all over the place.
Yeah, no, I probably just want Thundera popped in. But we got Jennifer H in here, always nice. Bullet says 0 Canadian content. You won't qualify for those grants, lol. Dragon says good day, everybody. Hey, Dragon, what's up, dude? That's my pontificator partner over there. Pixel says, love that metal print. Yeah, metal prints are cool, dude. I love it. Let's see who else we got in here. Pixel's starting to chat. He's starting to say stuff. I guess he woke up. He's got that system locked in. Yeah, dude. Let's see. Day one backer on this puppy. So stoked it's funded. Yeah, no, it get funded pretty quickly. How many days did it take you to get funded, dude?
3.
3, sweet, man. That is awesome.
Yeah, and that's the first time that's ever happened. Usually, one of these campaigns will go the full Monty before it gets funded. Like usually in the last few days, boom, we made it, right?
Right.
This time around, it was like, man, we made $1,000 in night 1, which like just blew me away. Night 2, we were almost funded, and then barely into night 3, it clicked over.
There you go. And that's awesome, dude.
So
and of course,
completely mind blowing.
Well, because you built that up, right? That's why it's happening. You've built your character. It's a thing. Most people in our community know Nyobi, so it's starting to pay dividends, and that's awesome, dude. Now, Pixel says he's down for that discussion anytime. I'm not sure what discussion
he's
that
talking
is.
About the Asian girls.
Oh, Asian girls. Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah, he knows because he's a fellow yellow fever participant.
A yellow fella.
He is. But let's see. I don't see any other new faces offhand. Oh, P.S. Melter. Hey, what's up, dude? Sheldon's in here as well. Awesome, guys. We got a lot of people in here, and everyone's chatting and having some good things to say. But let's go over and take a look at a little bit of news. Go ahead. What?
Oh, news. Oh, I said someone's looking to see Nyobi pregnant here.
Oh,
well, I think they probably, like Booster, want to make her pregnant somehow. They don't understand that the Daimakuta
it's going to be the final arc that I write in my fanfic of Nyobi. Is that my self-insert character named Booster is going to make her preggers?
Yes.
Yeah, Draken says, I'm looking forward to seeing pregnant Nyobi.
Oh, goodness.
That's very weird.
That's a very specific fetish, Dragon.
She's currently single right now, so you never know.
You never know.
Are you saying I have a chance with her?
Booster. It could be a reference to one of those storylines that Marvel's been doing. That they have one of the female superhero pregnant. So
yeah, wasn't that what Jessica Drew or something? Or
Oh yeah, no, it was Spider-Woman. Yeah. All right, well, let's get into some news here. And Dinale, you're back. So Booster, you're out.
What?
Oh, thank God. I mean, yeah, good to have you back, Dinale.
Hey, go ahead.
I'm glad you're here.
Now I see how it is. You see how this? You want me to read your titles while it's convenient, but then as soon as Dinale comes back, you just throw me away.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah, pretty much.
Read it.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. Oh, fair enough. Sorry, Dinale.
Okay. This is from Newsarama. Todd McFarlane teasing, like always, big Spawn movie announcement coming soon. Again and again and again. For the last 20.
Just skip it. It's just no.
Well, no, hold on. No, hold on. Hold on.
It will never happen.
It will happen. It will happen.
Now he's been teasing this for a long time. Is why we don't have any faith. But there is a picture here with Jamie Foxx now, thus suggesting that Jamie Foxx may well be Spawn. I don't know. What do you guys think about that?
I think it's going to happen. I think Todd McFarlane has managed to accomplish great things in his life.
He has
the foundation of Image Comics, with the whole toy line he's managed to do. He's got a new deal with DC to do their toys and action figures. The man's got some money to spend, and I think that he's very passionate about getting Spawn back out there. I think he's inspired by what he's seen with the MCU in the last 10 years, and I think he wants to get a piece of that pie, so to speak, and put his movie out there. Now, we've had a Spawn movie before. It was okay, barely, at the time when it came out, but it was out. We also had the phenomenal Spawn animated series, which
was really good.
That was cool.
Yeah.
It was great. I think if Todd really wants to do this and he shops around, he'll be able to find a studio to produce this movie. I think it will happen. Just a matter of when it will happen.
And our doubt is coming from the fact that he said this for the past,
I know it's been ongoing
decades,
forever, but the fact he's not written up on it is also promising. It's not like he talked about it for a while and then we never heard about it again. He's still on this,
Yeah, fair
and
point.
I met the man. Is very cordial. It's very cool. I told the story before, but I gave him a copy of my book, which is like a bucket list moment for me. The Todd father is a big influence of mine.
Oh, dude, he is awesome in his comic book creations for sure. But my question is much more specific. What do you guys think about Jamie Foxx as Spawn?
I think he could probably pick a better Spawn, but it is what it is. I mean, if he's happy with it and Fox can pull it off, we'll have to wait and see.
Well, Fox is very annoying guy, but at the same time, he can act, man. He is capable.
Problem is Spawn, he's not a character that needs a great actor. He's a character who needs somebody who has physical charisma.
Yeah,
Jamie Foxx has absolutely zero physical charisma. We've seen this when he tried to be in superhero movies. How horrible was that? It was terrible because his role wasn't a deep, dramatic role. He can do that very well. But when it comes to physical charisma, it's a lot harder to be an action star than people realize because the ones who do it are so good at it. But it takes a certain kind of charisma that a normal actor just simply doesn't possess, whether it's they don't have the right look, they don't carry themselves the right way, which that can be taught, and look can be helped with, exercise and such, working out, getting in shape. But even still, you just have to have something in you that believes you are a badass. And if you don't, you will not put that on screen. All the greatest of all time had that energy about them. You can go all the way back to the old Westerns. They just had this energy about them that this is a legit man. This is a man, a real man. He feels like a real man.
Christopher Walken comes to mind. Christopher Walken.
Yeah, Christopher Walken, the Duke, Clint Eastwood. You can go into the 80s with Stallone and Schwarzenegger and to some degree Van Damme. Bruce Willis has made a whole career off of physical charisma. You have to have that, and I've never seen a movie where Jamie Foxx has that. And Spawn is pretty much that made superhero, because you don't really see his face; he's always covered up in his thingamajig, and so he has to be able to just convey all of that just through his motion and his presence. And I don't think Fox can do that.
What about that big buck from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
I've never seen him, so I don't know.
He might be a good choice.
Dara, there's something brutal with your microphone, bro. What's going on there?
It's probably my fan. Hang on.
Yeah, that's it. We've solved it. Don't worry,
solved
chat.
it.
You can start freaking out now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
poor chat.
All done.
But whatever. Of course, the thing is, I think we all agree we'd love to see a new Spawn. That is for damn sure.
Yes.
Because, like I said, like Larry said, the movie was okay, but that animated series was so killer. And for me, it's like, well, just do more animated. I don't need a live action.
Yeah.
You know?
So what does this article actually say? Well, when is this supposed announcement going to happen here?
Oh, dude, we don't read articles. What are you talking about?
Well, we just read the headline and get outraged.
That's right.
We're a YouTube with YouTube subs,
but
baby.
no, he makes a quote here, which is pretty interesting. I've got a lot of interesting offers, and luckily, this movie called Joker came out. McFarlane told Newsarama that Land Pitts, calling the Spawn movie his next big goal in the world. Oh, that's cool. Let's see. Do they say anything about a date? I don't see anything about a date whatsoever. It's just hopefully it will get done. And it's been delayed beyond 2020.
Actually, read that line right there. Hopefully, we can start production this year, because if we don't, I probably won't do it.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
and that's actually probably for the best, because it's hard to find, for whatever reason, an actor who can pull stuff like that off. I think it can be done. I don't want a full CG Spawn. That's what they're going to try and do. I don't want that. I want a Spawn. And to do that, you need the right actor. So that takes, if he's thinking about Jamie Foxx, which he may not be, that may have just been a picture they took.
It could have been, yeah.
That would be a wrong choice, in my opinion. There's plenty of other actors out there who could do it.
One of the problems, I think, with McFarlane, it's a good and a bad, actually. He's done a really good job of holding on to his property, right? And that's a cool thing, but it's also bad, because in all honesty, he should just sub this thing out and have someone do it. Because
he did.
Well, I mean, in this case, he wants to actually direct the film, right?
Yeah.
So he's got a particular vision he wants to. And in this article, it says that now it's unclear if McFarlane would step down from directing the film or if the project would be canceled. Maybe McFarlane will let someone else step in to direct the film if that's what it's going to take to get it made.
Well, Dinale might have some info on that. Go ahead, dude.
I was going to say that he did do that before. That's why the original 90s Spawn appears. He did let somebody else do it, and he wasn't satisfied with it. Yeah. This one, he's trying to go for like a Blumhouse kind of horror film, which is low budget, minimal CGI, which is one of the reasons why he did attach Jamie Foxx to it, because he would be minimal presence there, more of as a mystery and dealing with the two detectives. So basically, if he really wanted to get this movie made, he might, like everybody's been saying, he might have to step down as one of the conditions, but if he becomes the producer over this, he'll have rights to kind of dictate, final edits.
Yeah. That's a fair point. And of course, going the Blumhouse route is kind of a 50-50 though, right? So, and that's cool. Hopefully it'll be on the other side of 50. But, the one thing about the movie, though, before we move on, is I know it got a very mixed reviews and things like that, and I understand. But I like the movie in general, particularly John Leguizamo. I mean, he killed that, dude. He killed that.
I love the line when Spawn shows back up to go after the military guy whose name escapes me. And he says, "You sent me to hell. I'm here to return the favor." That's a great line. That is a fantastic action movie line. That's what sold that movie for me. It was just that one line. That's really all it takes. If you can pull off good one-liners, you can probably pull them into an action movie.
And that's what I don't get. He should just hire the same actor, White, to be back in the role. He was phenomenal, and he has grown as an actor since then. If you see any of his latest work, so he could still pull it off. Yeah,
why not? Yeah, because it doesn't matter how old he is, actually, because they will CG it up, or at least body double it if they don't. But anyway, let's move on.
One other thing, I do like the idea of the horror idea that he's talked about a couple times. I've been saying that we need to take this genre and broaden it a lot, like superheroes. And I think that's a great idea. I think Spawn's a perfect one to do it for. But anyway.
Yeah, no, I think it's definitely marketable, and because it already has legs, right? It already has a history. But moving on. let's see what I want to cover here. I can't do everything, but this one definitely needs conversations about. And this lady, this Kickstarter lady here on the other side, we say no to her. We're Xing her, Xing her.
No.
There's no yellow fever with you, dear.
No.
You don't get it. Not you.
You're banned from the yellow fevers.
Xing. Okay. Anyway, go ahead, Dinale.
Blaze gets green light for uncensored Conan comic series, The Sumerian.
Okay.
Hands
up. In the air. Yes, please. Please.
What does uncensored actually mean, though? Does it just mean lots of
the
titty?
dongs?
Is there going to be lots of dong? What we got? What's uncensored mean? Is it going to be like
Conan is going to hang a dong?
It means non-Marvel fucking published Conan, which I'm excited for.
Right. That's
That's
true.
what it means.
That's true. To be fair, though,
I mean,
the writing
Conan
in the current
hanging out
run
with the
isn't so
Avengers
bad.
is the most fucking ridiculous thing I ever seen in my life. I want like
very
fantasy
passionate.
Conan. I want blood and guts, violence.
Yeah.
I want
yeah.
DNA, Red Sonja. I want it all, man.
Yeah,
I want
no.
this. I didn't
Yeah,
know
baby.
about this. This seems freaking cool to me.
It is cool, dude. And the thing, because a lot of people's understanding of Conan comes down to only, of course, the movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger. But here's the thing: with the original movie was great. It was like it's not actual Conan, as far as the stickling to the canon of Conan, but it was in the spirit of Conan, and everyone loved it. And then what did they do? They came out with the second one, The Destroyer, and what did they do? They took away all the blood and guts. They took away all the titties. They took away
Not the
all the things
titties.
that you wanted to see, right? And they made it for the kids, because basically it's a kids movie. And they did the same thing with frickin' Road Warrior, right? I mean, after Road Warrior, they came with the Thunderdome. That's a frickin' kids movie, dude. I don't know how you don't let Hollywood get in there with their rating addictions. Just make an
Two men
R-rated
enter,
thing.
one man leaves, man. Pick this bad boy up for $2. Speaking of Conan, right? So.
Yeah. Now this is a very cool news, and I'm definitely going to be checking this one out, dude. Awesome. And even the art style. I don't know if this is actually the style it's going to be in the book or not. Probably not, but it is cool. I like it.
It's definitely going on my poll list.
Yeah, dude. That is nice. All right. Well, let's keep it moving along. Here's another really cool article.
Right. So this is from Variety. Green Hornet movie rights land at Amazia Entertainment. So I guess we're getting another reboot of Green Hornet.
I hope Seth Rogen reprises the role. Truly.
I know
he deserves another shot as that perfectly cast role.
I know absolutely nothing about the Green Hornet.
Well, the Green Hornet, of course, it might have been a comic book in the beginning. I'm not sure, but I know it from a TV series. Of course, had Bruce Lee in it. But that remake that they did, not the remake, I guess it was a remake, the Seth Rogen thing. I mean, it was entertaining, but it was goofy. You know what I mean? And I think this is cool. And of course, this looks like an Asian company, which could be horrible or awesome depending on the situation. But I don't mind. I'd like to check it out. I wouldn't mind seeing another Green Hornet. It'd be cool. I don't need this bag. I don't need that.
We don't need to look at that. Yeah.
Right.
Put that away.
Yeah. But I'm not against it at all. I think I'd love to see it actually.
Yeah, I would too. I'm a big fan of the original series. I haven't watched it in probably 20 years, but when I did watch it, I loved it. So it'd be great to actually get it done properly.
You know, in some ways, I like the Green Hornet show better than I like the Adam West Batman. Because it had some hokiness in it, like the Batman Adam West one, but it also had more seriousness, which Adam West had none at all. Not disrespecting that because I loved it. But what did you say?
Yeah, the more serious aspect came from Bruce Lee.
Yeah, he was badass.
It got so popular that in China and Hong Kong specifically, instead of being called the Green Hornet, it was called the Bruce Lee show.
No, it's called
Kato.
Yeah, he was the hero. Called Kato.
Yeah. Kato was the sidekick, and so the sidekick was more popular than the actual hero.
Because he was cooler. He was a lot cooler, actually. I'm all for this, dude. What are you trying to say, Thundera?
I said Bruce was living physical charisma. Yeah, of course he stole the show.
Oh yeah, it was awesome. Now I'm definitely coming to the end of the show because I need to go back over and talk about Nyobi. So let me come over here to the end of this
What,
stuff.
there's no more news pieces to go over? I'm ready to talk more news, man.
Oh, okay. Well, we are going to talk some more stuff. But this right here is rather sad because this dude is from Mighty Ducks, and
right.
yeah, wow, dude.
Holy
crap.
He was the goalie for those who don't recognize him. He was the goalie in those 2 movies.
He
3
took
movies.
A few too many hits, I see.
Meth. Yeah, meth, dude. I mean, damn, man. You went and just tore the hell out of yourself because this guy, he's nowhere near my age. Or maybe he is. I don't know. It's hard to tell. But
so he's saying to get rid of my baby face, I need just a little bit of myth.
No.
It's sad, dude. Look at that.
Just one myth, please.
No.
Fine.
But anyway, it's just a bit of sad news. It's not. I'm not going to dwell on it. But damn, dude, damn. This, on the other hand, does need to be spoken about. Dinale.
Never watched it. I've never watched any Doctor Who, to be honest with you. I barely remember the black and white Doctor Who with the guy with the big afro, so.
Oh, Tom Baker. Yeah.
Tom Baker.
Yeah. I love Doctor Who. I grew up on it. I love it. But they're getting absolutely ridiculous. So here we have Doctor Who reveals the Doctor was really a black woman all along. So what they're doing, as usual, they're trying to rewrite history. And what they're saying is that Doctor Who, before we saw the first Doctor Who in the 60s, right? Or it might have been 50s that might have come out, actually.
60s.
Before we saw the first Doctor, he actually had another form, and that it was that of a black woman. So for some reason, the black woman decided to be a white man forever. It's an interesting choice, the thing with these idiots, these people are truly stupid, dude, because they think that we're representing the minority, those poor, weak, pathetic minority people. We got to take care of them, right? But what they're doing is actually disrespecting the minority, aren't they? Right?
Right. I haven't seen a lot of positive remarks. A lot of it's been
we white people are done playing with this.
Impact. Yeah.
But this is really dumb. It's just incredibly stupid thing to do. And of course, they've been doing everything they can with Jodie Whittaker to absolutely destroy what Doctor Who is. And I've said these things before, and I've had pushback on it, but I'm sticking to my guns on this, dude. I'm telling you, there are at least some people that are involved in all this SJW nonsense that their goal is not to create something successful that is for minorities and women, but it is to destroy that which men love. I'm telling you, there's a group of people involved, and that is their full intention. They don't care about making money. They don't care about any of that. They just want to tear down what men like because they are full-on, hardcore misandrist. That's a reality.
Yes. And it's not even just, they're also generally very racist as well, because it seems to be they target almost exclusively, or in the vast majority, what white men love.
I know after this.
That's true.
They don't go after what Japanese men love or black men love as much. But black men and white men usually like the same things by and large, as far as sci-fi and stuff.
That's true.
But they specifically make sure to make it a point of they're canceling whiteness. What? Yeah. We're just going to stop watching your idiocy. That's all, and that's exactly what's happened. They just like, oh, okay, bye, see ya.
Yeah, but see, I think that's their intention. They want to tear it down. It's not about hey, let's be successful, hey, make money. I know what Dinale's going to say. I hear it already, and of course he's right. There are people involved who are trying to make money off something. I get that, but there is a core element of this that is about destruction. It is not about profit or success. It really is.
I wasn't going to say that. I was going to say that Doctor Who's going to continue doing Double Down because they're a state-owned channel, and the UK have already passed a new tax to pay for that. So even if they lose viewers, doesn't matter because it's already been paid for.
But Boris Johnson was hitting on hard, and his Tories were hitting hard on the BBC here recently because they're not representing the people. So we, even though BBC will continue, which I don't think is a shock, I think you might see some change, and I really hope we do, because the insanity has taken over the asylum, right?
Well,
and they need to deal with this.
Right, and either it will survive one more season or it'll get canceled, but there's already rumors speculating that the forerunner for the next Doctor after Jodie is going to be Chris Marshall, who was a forerunner for this version that didn't get it. So it would be kind of funny if they went back to a male. But
they're going to eventually. They'll go running and screaming back and say, "Please come watch us again." And it's just not. I don't think it's going to happen. I think just like with Star Wars, it's done. You killed something that people had a deep, nearly spiritual connection with from their childhood. They're not coming back to you just because you asked.
Yeah.
Either you're in the business to make money, or you're in the business to send out a political and social message, right?
That's right.
And if you look at, say Star Wars, you guys brought up Star Wars with The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker, not exactly the biggest hits that they were hoping for, especially when you consider it to be new Star Wars movies. But yet you look at something that's actually more tailor-made for the actual fans, which is The Mandalorian. And The Mandalorian's a bigger hit than their big budget movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Hence why you have Obi-Wan Kenobi suddenly delayed or canceled or repurposing, depending on the news yet, because they realized whatever they were going to do with Obi-Wan for that series wasn't what the fans was going to like. It was going to be whatever Kathleen and her posse was going to put out to dismantle Obi-Wan, and they realize they'll make more money. Right now, it's kind of like what we said before. The bean counters, the accountants, has gone to Bob Iger and the boards of directors and said, we can't bleed any more money. Hence why you're hearing more rumors about George Lucas coming back.
You're only going to fail so many times, until your stockholders start demanding answers, right? And so the more that they make these movies that people are simply not interested in, the closer we're getting to actually getting back to normalcy, because that means these movies aren't going to make money, and eventually someone's going to have to put that final nail in the coffin and say, we need to get back to making money here again. So,
and that's already happening. You're seeing it ripple. I mean, it's full effect. It's going to take another 2 years because all of these projects are still in work and already green light to a certain extent. But you're going to start seeing soon, not this year, but probably next year, things getting back to normal, back to that traditional ways.
You gotta look at the success of shows like Cobra Kai, for instance. You know what I mean? There are good stuff out there, that people want to see.
And they probably see the right.
Speaking to that,
go ahead, dude.
One other thing, speaking to that, like you just said, that the shareholders and stuff, the money guys cannot lie to the shareholders. That is illegal. So if the shareholders start getting interested in why are we making so much less money on these films than we should be, the money guys have to tell them the truth, or at least their proxies have to tell them the truth. And they have to tell them what the money situation looks like and stuff. It's completely illegal. They cannot lie to them. They must tell them all of the truth all of the time. So I think what's happening is like what you're saying is the people who do care about the money, who've invested and who are in this for the money, are starting to ask questions, and they don't have good answers. So you're going to start to see changes.
Yeah, no, I think so. And that's more than likely why they pulled the trigger on this now, because they see the writing on the wall.
Yep.
I got to say something about... I'm sorry, Dinale, go ahead.
I was going to say, you're also seeing the repercussions of it because now you're seeing the delay. Remember, for Disney Plus, they had the Falcon and Winter Soldier. That's been delayed.
Yeah.
You have the WandaVision. That's been delayed. And the director for Doctor Strange 2 has left the project, meaning that they're starting to retool whatever craziness that they were about to go with. They're now retooling it,
which is good.
So,
I gotta say that. So that being said,
possibly we don't know what they're going to do.
That being said, you guys tonight, you guys got it going on. The people we have here talking about whether or not shareholders and stockholders are happy or not. Tonight on FanSpeak, right? The shareholders, the stockholders are the fans themselves, the people in the chat. And I had to step out for a while, and I come back, and we got Larry with Rebel, we got Thundaro here, Chester, Booster, and Denali. You guys are spot on. I mean, and Larry, you add a lot. You add a lot to it. This is some of the best conversation. It's poignant on all of this cultural matter stuff that I've heard in the last 5 minutes than I have anywhere else.
Yeah, well, it is the reality.
Can I say that?
You can say that.
Yeah.
You most certainly can.
You're allowed to say that. You're allowed to tell us all we're right. We love it.
Speaking of being right, I missed out a little bit on us talking about Nyobi.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're going to get back to it. We're going back to it, dude.
Are we going to get back to it?
Yeah.
Oh, then
we will.
I'm going to just extend it because Larry wants to do news. So, But here's the question I do have, Larry, because DeWolf just went and did something. He doesn't know what he did, but he's triggered something that needs to happen. So, Larry, the question I have on your little sound box right there, do you have lightning, sir? Do you have the sound of lightning?
I do not. No. Most of it's like voice clips.
All right. So, Booster, get ready to do the crackling of lightning. Okay, you ready? Are you ready?
So you want me to go?
So as soon as like that. As soon as I'm done, you got to do like that. Okay, all right. Because DeWolf has went and triggered because he mentioned the name Thundaro. Standing on the mountaintop, as the gloomy clouds gather, lightning streaking across the great sky, standing amongst us and praising to those who are worthy, Thundaro, the god of lightning, brings down his judgment.
Every time I raise splendor to the heavens. Every time when you do that. Every time.
That's brilliant. It's beautiful.
That's awesome.
It's really
okay.
good.
Anyway, let's move away from this absolute cluster.
I was just going to say one thing because everyone is bloody yapping off. I just wanted to say, is there a possibility that this is just like a little bait and it's going to be resolved in one episode? And it's just going to be like, oh wait, she was lying all along, and Jodie Whittaker is still the Doctor.
Oh, maybe.
It probably is, or if not,
that's like a possibility. I just wanted to throw out there. Yeah.
It'd be, it might be hand waved away. It doesn't matter. Chibnall doesn't care. He doesn't understand Doctor Who, even when he was under Russell T. Davis and Moffat. The scripts he gave those guys were the worst episodes. Even in Torchwood was the worst episodes that all those shows provided.
Yeah, and of course the problem with Jodie Whittaker's Doctor is she's playing a complete idiot, and I don't understand. It's not because I haven't watched every episode, but I will go back and check it every now and then to see if there's any improvement. But because I expected, okay, well she's it's an act and we're going to get some smart doctor eventually, but we're not. Everything she does, she's just absolute brain dead idiot, and I don't understand the character. Have you not watched the Doctor?
No, she hasn't watched the Doctor. She said that before. The writers have never written for Doctor Who. Chibnall doesn't really know what's going on. And all she's doing is probably what David Tennant says, like, who knows the Doctor, will say, all you have to do is act wildly, show your screwdriver, and sound like you know what you're doing. But that's backfiring spectacularly on her face because she's doing all that and she has no presence at the end of the day.
No, it's horrible. Yeah.
And a lot of it is just boring. She doesn't take her character as the Doctor, does not take any accountability for the actions that she's going for. And she ends up being preachy without earning the right to be preachy because the Doctors at the end of the day earns that right to be preachy, when he's giving the message and he's talking to the villain, not to the audience, which they don't get. But
did you say shake your screwdriver?
Shake your screwdriver. Yeah.
Yeah. Sonic screwdriver, dude. That's awesome. Sunday night's episode of Doctor Who revealed that the Doctor was, in fact, a strong black woman all along, in a move that shocked many fans. Well, here's the thing. Now, I granted the English, the Britishish people are lame. I understand that. I get that.
Yeah.
They are lame. But could you not have found a better looking, strong black female? I mean, this
No.
lady doesn't look like that at all. She looks like a
Chester.
school marm.
Chester. Here's the craziest thing, is that I've been sort of watching some of the reactions on both sides of the aisles, whether you're for what's going on or whether you're against what's going on. And this episode's actually had the similar ambivalence of reaction across the board. Even the people who are for whatever's going on were like, I don't know. I think they can sense that a line has been crossed, that a massive black hole has opened up in the plot that they can't fix. And that's amazing. Chitnall, with this episode and this reveal, was able to unify fandom.
Wow.
With similar reaction.
Yeah, now I might have bit on this if they had Grace Jones running around in a bunny tail again. See, I might have been for that.
The thing is, these shows,
Grace Jones would have been a perfect.
We've seen this in the Star Wars canon. Is that they don't care about canon anymore. So whether it fits Doctor Who or not, whatever can send out their message is what they want to do. So.
Yeah, true. And another example of not giving one flip about canon. Go ahead, Dinale.
The Witcher writer says Gizmodo writer, who really reads Gizmodo anymore, is missing the point after she accuses the show of ableism.
All right. Now, I couldn't resist this one. I had to put this up. And I do have a rant in store. No, seriously. Now, here's the thing. Ableism. Now, we see a lot of these stupid isms these days, right? A lot of them.
What does ableism even mean?
It means that people who are handicapped have to be respected.
Handicapable.
Yes, handicapable. But this is an freaking action fantasy sword and sandal thing, dude. Well, it's not sword and sandal, but you know what I mean. Sword and sorcery. And of course they're not handicapped. What the hell? You want the Witcher rolling around in a freaking wheelchair, swinging his dick around, knocking people out? I mean, what the hell's wrong with you people?
I do want to see that show. You kidding me?
Badass battle action wheels. Yeah, let's battle.
Eric Hawkins in the chat says Chesterism.
Yeah, there you go. That is fair.
Just scooting around in their wheelchairs. Hell yeah! I want to see this show.
Just chasing down monsters in his wheelchair.
Get back here, you son of a bitch! Just
I don't know what to say about The Witcher here, because I haven't even watched The Witcher yet, but I want to watch The Witcher just because of that woman on the top of the picture.
It sucks. You don't want to watch it. It's no good.
Does it suck? Because this Yennefer looks hot as hell to me.
Look, Chester's the one person in the world that dislikes it, Larry. So, but Chester doesn't like things.
Right. So I never played the video game. I never read any of the lore. So whatever I learned from The Witcher is going to be completely from the show. I'm just interested in this Yennefer character.
Well, to be fair, they should call it The Witcher, the story of Yennefer, because actually the story of Yennefer is pretty cool. But it's not. This first season has nothing to do with Geralt. Is the problem, right?
Did you ever watch the rest of it?
No. Damn it, I haven't.
I'll watch the rest of it. The last half of it is almost all about Geralt. Her story's the first half, and his is most of the last half. I promise you it is. The entire purpose of his story is, like you said before, is we're supposed to be like the eyes you see through his eyes, right? Mm-hmm. And he's surrounded by incredibly powerful people, and he's pretty powerful himself. But the whole purpose is he's kind of the caregiver to this universe's Mary Sue. That's basically the storyline. I mean, there's other stuff that goes on, but at the end of the day, that's what it is. But she's not a Mary Sue yet. She will be. She has all the makings of one, but when you introduce to her, she's just a kid. And that's spoilers. That's what his role is, basically, to be a father throughout the.
So are you telling me that I need to watch past episode 3?
Yes, that's what he's saying, and I'm saying no, DeWolf. I'm standing against it. But anyway,
the first 3 episodes are very much Yennefer's story with little Ciri and little Geralt, but it is
cool, actually. It is cool.
Right.
To be fair, yeah.
We got lots of Yennefer fans in the chat, and a lot of people saying that's a good show, and they're saying James F says, if Chester dislikes it, that makes it worthwhile to check
There you
out.
go. See, I'd become a trope myself.
That is not a good reputation to have, Chester.
Chester disproved, certifiably fresh.
There you
It's
go.
like how if your boy Zach thinks
I have
something's
value.
great, it's probably absolute crap.
All right, let me read this real
Yeah.
quick because I think this is the whole reason I put this up. This is important. Just to look at the mindset. This is looking in the mind of madness, right? Or even the mouth of madness. Oh no. This is a fiction trope that transcends the world of fantasy and is just a disabled trope that, when given the option between disabled or abled, a person will always choose the former, even if they've been disabled the whole life, because most authors, screenwriters, and other creatives are able-bodied. They are thinking of their privileged position first and foremost, never mind how a person who has only ever known a disabled life might feel. F you, you damn bitch. I am not going to apologize for being 75% capable. I'm not, because you know what? One thing you guys might not know about me, in my left arm, I have Erb's palsy, right? And the first 10 years of my life, my arm didn't function. I worked very, very hard to get my arm working. And it functions different than your arm does, but it works well. And I have never taken any advantage of any handicap things, which I am capable of doing because I am capable. This bitch has no clue what an actual handicapped person thinks or goes through. Most handicapped people don't want any special treatment. They want to make their way in life. And this person has no clue what they're talking about. And that is the thing that comes on all the time with these kind of people, right? They're speaking for people who they do not understand and nor have the right to speak for all the time, right? This is absolute nonsense coming out of this idiot. Why should anyone apologize for not being handicapped? What the hell is wrong with you, you absolute moron? Sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry to assume that if someone had a disability and they had the option to get rid of it, I'm sorry to assume that 10 out of 10 times they'd be like, yeah, give it to me.
Dude, I would take
give
a
me that
cyber
magic
arm
potion
any
that
day.
makes my legs work
Any
again.
day, right?
You can't imagine. I spend every day just hoping that another day comes that I grow older where I won't look as young as I look. Because constantly looking younger than I am is just wearing me down. Because people don't, oh, you're just so young. What do you know about this? I know things. Listen to me, I say.
Look at Dwarf just casually bragging about how handsome he is.
Yeah.
I like how it says here
it's
the
a handicap.
Writer, I like how it says here that the richer writer says Gizmodo's writer is missing the point. At least you have someone saying, hey, we wrote the show. We know what it's about. You don't. You're missing the point. At least, there's a little bit of pushback, which I like to see, because articles like this, like Gizmodo and these other sort of clickbaity sort of things that preach far left sort of agendas are only doing it, honestly, for clicks and internet clout and virtue points, right? And I think we all know that by now, that it's not, they're really serious on this point. They're just trying to level themselves up any which way they can, and that's the side they've chosen to do it on.
Right. And for that point, and I'm just adding that, is that's why you see Collider downsiding. That's why you're seeing the Gizmodos and all those clickbait website design. We went through a whole list of every digital company laying off over 1,000 people if you add everything up in the last year, because people are starting to become smart and say, no, this is just false news, clickbaits. We're no longer going to keep listening. And that's why you had, if funny enough, I pointed again, Collider, the Jedi Council, all their shows, whoosh, because they weren't making money. Because they were access media, because they were preaching. And I'm doing this on purpose so Booster can't talk.
I have a very good point I would like to add.
Okay.
What is Yennefer's disability?
She's ugly.
Because last time I checked, being ugly as shit isn't a disability. If it is, I want to cash in on that disability right now.
The way I understand it is, she starts off in the show as like Chester said, a little less than appealing looks there, but she's also very hunchback from what I understand.
No, she's hit with a bag of hammers, ugly dude. and they do it really well.
Yeah, but that's not something you could go to like a bloody, well, what we call it wins. I don't know what you call it in America, right? And go like, yes, I'd like government funding for my ugliness, please.
Yeah. No,
I think the disable comes more from her being hunchback and stuff.
Oh, probably.
Well, it's more than
that's
that.
True. That's true.
Well, she could still work a cashier job.
Well, it goes further than that actually too, because this is why I tell Chester to watch the rest of the show. The whole point of this first season's her arc anyway, at least the first half of the season, is she wants to be a mother. And she can't be because she's a sorceress, and when they do the thing that makes you not ugly anymore,
they took her uterus, dude, and they burned it in a fire.
The ability to have a child.
Yeah.
So she spends the first half or so of the season,
spoilers,
trying to actually almost the entire season actually trying to fix that, trying to find a way to fix it so she can become a mother because she wants to have a kid, which is shocking that this was written by such a supposedly hardcore feminist. What? Like, it blows my mind. The entire purpose of this show, at least to this point, has been this family trying to come together, even though they're not related by blood in any way, but they're united by destiny is what the show calls it. Well, it's actually quite a wholesome story in that regard, and it's pretty traditional in that regard, where she wants a kid and she does some crazy and sometimes pretty nasty stuff to try and fix herself so she can have one. Geralt can't have one because he's a witcher, but through other means he gets one, basically. And the whole storyline revolves around this, and even at the end, the very last scene is basically them trying to come together. So
I gotta watch that story.
Yeah, no, that's not good.
It's really
and the Yennefer story is awesome.
It gets a lot better.
Yeah, no, the Yennefer story is really good. Yeah,
that's what the whole books and series about, and that's what the game's about. That's why, spoilers alert for the last game, the Wild Hunt, is if you don't act like a father to your daughter, then she fails in life.
Yes.
Whereas if you are a father to her and you tell her story, she succeeds and survives.
Correct.
Well, here's something I noticed in the show, because like I said, I watched up to episode 3, and it wasn't just the fact that she was a hunchback and that she was a little feo, but also the actress herself. Somewhere along the lines, someone said, "We want you to act and do some things that make you even more disgusting." With like drooling and the way she was eating and things like that. And, to really make this character be repulsive. Mm-hmm. And I thought, as far as the actress pulling that off and the direction given to her to do that, because you didn't have to do that. It was on purpose. I thought that it was very effective up until the point, of course, me, a writer and also being on stage before, knowing that was the point. It occurred to me, and I thought, what is the point of this? And I started analyzing a little bit too much, which sometimes I don't enjoy about myself that I do. But really, I got the fact that was the point of this character, to be as repulsive as possible.
Yeah, no, yeah, absolutely, they did that,
and that continues, by the way. But it's where she obtains her physical perfection. She's not likable at all.
Oh, Yennefer's a nasty piece of work. Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, the only person who likes her is Geralt.
And they were very clever because they did it quite practically, right, with her. Because what they did was they found an actress she's fine. I think she's a fine actress. They found an actress who has a wonky jaw anyway. And then they accentuated it, right? And I think that was very clever. I appreciate that they went a practical route to the point of finding an actress whose jaw isn't really very good anyway, right? The fact that they did that is pretty cool, right? It is pretty cool.
Right.
Anyway, let's move away before I rant again, because right now the only thing that's going through my mind, it says Christian Lopez is missing the point after she accuses show of lesbianism. See, I would prefer that. But I'm moving on. All right, here we go.
Some lesbianism. Yeah.
Now back over here with Nyobi. We're going to end the show on a happy upbeat note. So we're going to take a look at these perks here because this is a cool looking character, and we want to see you guys go and support this book more and more. So let's get into our perks here.
Now, before you go, let me excuse myself. So thank you, Larry, and guys. It was fun, but I have to step away.
All right.
Get out of here.
Nice to see you, Dinale.
Chat with you, brother. Thank you. Peace.
All right, later, dude.
Later.
Okay, so let's get into this here. Pledge of $5 Canadian, which is about $1.25, $1.25. So all right, so Nyobi's birthright, part 1.
American.
Right. So tell us, that is really cheap because, dude, that's only about $3 American.
I think it's about $4. But yeah, it's just a digital copy. We'll email you a PDF you could check out on your device. You know, this is a great option for people that don't want to pay international shipping, or they just kind of want to support the project, but don't have a lot of money, and they still want to read it, right? As you can see, there's 19 backers on that one particular tier. So for anyone that ever says, I don't know if I should do digital, because that's been a topic, I say, why the hell not? Because it's essentially, really, honestly, free money, because you don't have to print anything and you don't have to mail anything, and the work is already done.
Although I personally, and I've been saying this all along, I think you should charge more for it. I don't really have any problem with the digital being almost the same price as the comic itself. I really think this should have been like $8-10. Seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I think. I know not everyone doesn't agree with me on that, but it's I don't see any problem with it, right? But
you put your work into it. Yeah, you put your work into it.
Yeah, I don't personally have a problem, but that's all right. It's cool that you have that there because we've had that discussion here many times. You guys know about digital and no digital, and this crew over here definitely stands behind digital. So good on you, dude. So moving over to the first actual hard copy for $10, man. It's well priced. So that's about $7.50 American, I'd say. And of course, you got to deal with shipping, unfortunately. But what do we get with this?
Well, you get the digital copy. Everyone that backs it's going to get the digital copy, and then we mail you out the hard copy in a Gemini mailer, and the cover is done by the interior artist Samir Samail from Brazil, and colored by Dan Olvera. And this is, you read comic books, right? I'll use Black Cat as the example. I go out and buy Black Cat, and it's J. Scott Campbell on the cover, right? Gorgeous J. Scott Campbell cover. You open up the book, and it's not J. Scott Campbell on the inside, and sometimes people are a little bit disappointed with that. So I said to myself, because I remember back in the day, in this turbulent time called the 80s, and even in the 90s, where the interior artist who drew the book also did the cover. And I felt it important that if someone saw the cover, that they knew that's what they were going to get on the inside as well. So cover A is actually done by the interior artist himself, and I want to make sure that he had his own cover.
Sweet, I agree with you on that. By the way.
Oh yeah,
that is cool. And of course, you also get the stretch goals, which we went and talked about, which we just during this show we got the 5th one open. So sweet, man.
Well, no, we got the 3rd one open.
Oh, the 3rd one open. Sorry, 3rd one open.
Yeah, the last one comes at $7,000. So we're
$7,000.
a little ways away. We're at 5,500 Canadian, so we're 1,500 away from that. But right now we're looking at the postcard, which will be the Paul Green image. We're gonna get a brand new, different image for the button, and we're gonna have the first ever Nyobi trading card, which would be the first one, and hopefully what will be a series to come in future Kickstarters.
Yeah, there you go. And I think you'll make it for sure, dude. What do you got? Like 2 weeks left?
Yeah, there's like 17 or 18 days left. Yeah.
Yeah, sweet. So I'm pretty sure you'll hit that, and definitely go check this out, guys. Now, do keep in mind that when you go check it out, even if you don't back even at the digital level, but I mean that's dirt cheap. You should at least share it out. Definitely hit the share button and let people know. More eyes on it, better, right? So definitely please do that. Let's keep moving down here. We have another digital copy. What's this here?
So this here gives you the Birthright Part 1, but this also gives you the original Nyobi #1, the book that brought us to the dance in the first place. So because a lot of people ask me, like, how do I get the very, very first one, So we got a couple of tiers that will offer that on.
That's awesome. Awesome. And of course, this is estimated coming in May, so it's not so far off. That's good. Good on you, dude.
And it will probably be sooner than that, because here's the thing: the book is already done, completely done. I have printable PDFs right now. I can go to print with any time. So it's not like we got pages to complete or any jobs left to do. This book is completely done. So as soon as I know the numbers and how many copies I need, this goes off to get printed. So.
And then, and that's awesome, dude. Like to hear that. Of course, we don't want to see something that's a year or too late. But
No,
what
in
is
fact,
this?
I'm hoping to surprise people by being early.
That's a good way to go. What is this local pickup thing,
Whoa,
dude?
hold on. I'm a backer already. Are you telling me that I missed something in the backing? That there's a number one and there's also like another. There's an old number one.
Yeah, so this is a soft reboot. So this is number one of two of a part two-part miniseries. But the original Nyobi number one was a black and white comic book that we did 5 years ago, and so that is up for grabs. Yeah,
yeah, which we
and that was
covered
by
already.
I gotta go back and look.
Yeah, it's only on a
Okay.
couple of tiers, but Todd, I can hook you up. Don't worry about it.
All right, there you go.
So
But
local pickup is
local
just
pickup,
like for people. Yeah, I got a lot of people that want to buy my book in my own city, right? And so they want to pledge, they want to back the project. At least they did initially. It's got 0 backers right now, but they want a way to get the book without having to pay shipping. So I'll do local pickup, which means I'll just show up at the local comic shop or wherever, and people could just come to me and get their books.
Oh, that's cool. And of course, you can do that at cons and stuff anyway, right?
Well, last year I was kind of banned, so I couldn't. That was like
You were
really
banned. What? Explain that to me. What?
Oh boy, I shouldn't have said that. So there was this voice actor named Vic Mignonia, right?
Oh yeah,
Dragon Ball. And I was at a con in a different province here in Canada, and there was a conversation about 6 feet away from my table, and these guys were talking about Vic, and I said, well, what are your thoughts on Vic? And they go to me, they say, well, we're glad he's finally getting what he deserves. And I said, what about the evidence? And I get like this scowl look from this guy, and he says,
Whoops.
"Whoa, man, it's getting way too MRA for being here, man." And he walks off, and I'm like, "What the fuck is an MRA?"
I know it's
so I go
really
to Urban
nasty military
Dictionary.
food. Yeah.
No, it means men's right activists.
Huh?
That's what he called me. He called me he got SJW on me, and he called me a men's right activist, right?
Oh.
And he walks away. Then he goes right and makes a huge post on his Facebook page while I'm still at this con about me, calling me down and telling people not to come and do business with me. I left the con that day. I got all pissed off. I left. I got home. I did a big YouTube rant. An hour later, I get a call from the local convention here saying that I can't go. And not only could I not go to there, I wasn't allowed to go to the other con that was happening a month later.
Oh wow, that's too bad. Yeah, because
so
that
now
whole Vic thing is fake news, dude.
So I'm in all because I stood up for a man's right for due process. Okay.
Yeah.
Now they realize after the fact that I had to, I overreacted, and they know that. Like this is me talking with the local organizers here because I've been a part of their convention ever since they started. I was a volunteer for them 3 years in a row, and after that, I've always had a table. Right. This is the first year I've ever missed it because of this sort of political nonsense. And they understand that it's political. They understand that it wasn't all my fault. So we're trying to work it out, where I can go back. But yeah, that's what happened last year.
It's such nonsense, dude. Sorry, I brought
nonsense. This is the epitome of the SJWs attacking a comic creator that Comicsgate started with.
That's right. Yeah,
this right here is a poster child of the whole movement.
Yeah. Well, they even did an article on me in a couple of sites. Bounding in the Comics covered it. So if you really want to know what happened, you can just like Google my name, right? And the Bounding in the Comics article is going to pop up, and you can read all about it there. And they got it mostly right. There's a few things that they're missing, but it will give you the gist of what happened that day.
I googled your name, and all I got was Larry Higgins, actual MRA member. It says racist, sexist things online. I get this article. What are you doing, Larry?
You're a terrible man.
Monster.
I didn't think I was doing anything wrong when I said that, but apparently I did. Here's the lesson I guess I want comic book creators to learn is that if you have an opinion and you're at a convention, you may want to keep that to yourself. You know what I mean? Because you're going to have a whole crew of people around you that are not going to think the same way you do. And if you want to play in their sandbox, quite honestly, you got to play by the rules, right? And I didn't play by the rules because I didn't know what the rules were.
Now it's interesting that Booster mentions that that's what pops up because I'm using
I was making a joke.
Oh, you were making
you're using DuckDuckGo. I'm on Google.
I was being a funny little lad.
Well, no, the point I was going to make is
I put the link in your chat for people that want to check it out.
Oh, okay, awesome. But I was trying to make the point that maybe not use Google. Anyway, but coming down here, we have $15 or more for a Nyobi Birthright with the Steve Wilson variant cover. All right.
That's Steph Wilson.
Steph. Oh, sorry, Steph. Yeah.
So Steph Wilson's a very cool dude. He started doing comic book covers in May of 2019 and has done over 25 covers for a variety of different projects, crowdfunding. Right now, he's currently working on a book called Fire Bitch on Kickstarter. He's done Nyobi. He's done work for Big Dog Inc., which does books like Critter, Penny for Your Soul, Ursa Minor, stuff like that. Steph Wilson's all over the place right now. You may not see Steph on Indiegogo, but if you're on Kickstarter and you know the indie comic book community on that end of things, Steph is everywhere. And so having Steph do a cover was awesome. Steph has a very familiar style. I would, acquaint it to Dan Mendoza from Zombie Tramp. That's how Steph draws.
Oh, okay.
So it's sexy and sassy, but yet somehow looking sort of cute and adorable all at the same time. I don't know how he does it, but he does it.
Oh, there you go. And we got another variant cover with RB White.
So RB White, he's had work featured in Heavy Metal magazine and in Penthouse magazine. I wonder why. But he's also been in Grim Fairy Tales and Action Lab Comics. He's done covers for Zombie Tramp, Vampblade, and Dollface. And he's been with Nyobi since Nyobi issue 2. He's done all the covers for Nyobi 2, 3, 4, and the Avani Origin spinoff.
Sweet.
Those some very big bobs.
They are. Yeah, definitely.
He definitely is a pinup. He's a European pinup artist, right?
Yeah.
That's what he is.
Mm-hmm. That's cool, dude. All right. But of course, well, she's half Japanese only, so the boobs can be explained. All right, moving on now. Pledge $20 or more. Nyobi Birthright, Paul Green variant. Ooh.
So Paul Green, he's probably our biggest A-lister of the bunch.
Right here.
He's done work with Brian Pulido's Lady Death. Again, he's done work with Grim Fairy Tales. He's done all sorts of exclusives for online stores. People like to get his books graded in CGC. He's got a style that's very close, I would say, to a J. Scott Campbell, if you will. And the colors are by Ula Moss. Now, Ula Moss is a legendary colorist in the industry. She's worked for all the major companies. In fact, she colored J. Scott Campbell's. She colors J. Scott Campbell's covers for Black Cat.
Oh wow! And she got a cool name too, Ula Moss.
Yeah, she's got a cool name.
That's,
and so she usually colors Paul's work. And so I was very happy that she was willing to help me out with this. And it took a while for Paul to draw it. But he done a great job on the piece. So.
Yeah. Now Ula Moss, that's like a post-apocalyptic warlord name. That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, if you Google any of their two names, their resume is as long as my arm, So
now another $20 one here for Nyobi Birthright. We have Comic and Prints.
Yeah, so we got a couple of prints. One from CK Russell, who's been a long time contributor of Nyobi. She's a Canadian local here, Halifax, Nova Scotia. And Kylie Knight, she's across the pond over in Britain there, and she's a great artist and colorist in her own right. And she's working with Big Dog Inc. right now, so glad to have her on. And she did a nice, cute little Nyobi chibi print on a little red motorbike, racing her little heart out.
Oh yeah, I saw that up here somewhere.
The red bike is everywhere, and that's of course she has that in the comic, but generally that's just kind of me giving props and homage to Akira.
Sure, yeah, no, definitely.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Now we have a local pickup, but with the cover by Paul Green.
Right. So do people want that one for sure? Yeah, that's just for people that they're gonna want that particular cover. The problem with local pickups is that I wish I could take them out of the campaign because there's a couple of people that are backing it that aren't local, and I can't honor those pledges, right? I mean, it strictly states right there, this only applies to those who live in the city of Moncton. And I got like a guy who wants local pickup and he's in Texas, it's a bit of a far walk there, buddy, but if you're willing to do it, I guess so,
Yeah.
So, I mean, I wish we could just take those out. I would just deal with the locals, myself when I go to the con, if I'm allowed to go back or if I'm at the comic shop or whatever.
Yeah. Well, live and learn, right?
Yep.
All right, moving down here for 22 Canadian, Birthright with cover A and blank cover, which is always, those are cool too.
Yeah, so we're gonna have sketch covers. They cost a little bit more to print, so it costs a couple extra dollars more. But
Really?
they're really great. It's gonna be yeah. It's
Why
because
would
the
it
cover
cost more to print something with nothing on it?
No, because you'll still have the cover underneath, but you're gonna have like the sketch
Oh,
cover on top of it,
I
right?
see. Okay.
And that's a thicker stock, right? It's a different
Yeah.
kind of paper that's meant to draw. It's gonna be the same sort of card stock that's used on Marvel books with their sketch covers. And this is the type of book that you want to take to a convention and have someone draw you a really nice, sexy Nyobi on there,
Yep. No, that's cool, dude. Now I know. See, live and learn. We got a hard copy here from the new one and the original for 22. Sweet.
So someone was asking about that. I think it was Todd. So that's the tier right there.
There you go, Todd. For $30, we have
one on the side. And I'll say this while we're on the topic. Like a lot of people have asked me, like, I want Nyobi #1, but it's not in the tier I want to back. Can I just add on? The answer is yes. If you just throw on an extra $10 or whatever, and just let me know when the survey comes out that you put in extra $10 for Nyobi #1, we'll ship you a Nyobi #1.
You got backer kit with Kickstarter. That's an amazing thing. Yeah. Easy. Yeah. So $30. We got comic prints and buttons. Oh my.
Yeah. I actually got the buttons here. So the buttons are the 4 buttons that you've seen. I got a big bag of buttons right here. There they are.
Sweet, dude.
Yeah. So you get 4 of these buttons. You'll get the prints and the comic and the digital file. The buttons are already made and ready to go.
There you go. That's awesome, dude. All right. Let's come back over here. All right. So, and I see t-shirts over here on the side as well. They must be coming up soon.
Dude, the t-shirts are awesome. They're made by a company called popartgear.com, and they are truly the leader in making independent comic book t-shirts. They work with Billy Tushy. They work with Joseph Michael Linzer. They've worked with Tom Hutchinson from Big Dog Inc. And like if you just go to their site and look at the list of people, Ben Dunn from Antarctic Press. And so this is the first time that Nyobi's ever been licensed to anything. This is our first licensing deal. So they have the right to make Nyobi apparel for 3 years on a 3-year contract. They're the only guys that can make Nyobi clothing, and they sell them on their site. And anytime something sells, I get a piece of the pie.
There you go. That's cool too, dude. And that is a good way to go about things. And now I really like the one here on the right with the Minico on the bike. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's the Kylie Knight print. Yeah, I could just actually show you one of the shirts. This is from the Avani line that we had for the Avani. So it comes, you'll see what size you get. It tells you how to wash them. They're all in a nice bag. And this is not like a heated print. This is like silk screen. So this is like embedded right into the shirt. So this doesn't wash out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's very cool, dude. Yeah. Very nice. He's got everything ready to show you too. This dude's on the ball, man.
He's got it all, baby.
He does, man.
That's why he gets funded.
That's why he gets funded. Yeah, you got to get in there and do it. You got a lot of perks too. $38 the book and comics and the shirt, which we just talked about. This one here is local retailer tier, of course. It's always nice to have that. And then this one over here, you can get all 5 covers for $75. And there you go, guys.
So you get all 5 covers. That's going to be the blank. That's the limited Paul Green, RB White, Steph Wilson, cover A. And all the stretch goals. So right now you're looking at a button, the postcard, and a trading card, and hopefully we'll get to the cosplay photo and the print.
There you go. Sweet. For $100, all covers, 1 T-shirt of your choice, which is basically just getting more stuff in the full package. And then $150, this is all covers, all 3 shirts. So this is like everything, right? Everything.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, that's close to everything. Everything is actually sold out. Like if you keep scrolling down, it'll show you the tiers that are completely gone.
Oh, right. The metal print. Yeah. Complete package. It was $210. They sold that out. That's nice. You sold that out, dude. But this one is available though. So $150, $150 Canadian.
That's the big kahuna now. So you get all 5 covers and all 3 T-shirts. Whatever size you want. And no problem. And don't be confused that like, hey, I don't want a black t-shirt. Maybe I want the t-shirt in white or red or whatever. Like we can do any color you want. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, that's awesome. T-shirts are a lot of people are doing that, and I think it's cool. We actually were looking at doing that with the Tales book, but of course that didn't get funded. But awesome. All right, so there are the perks. This is Nyobi Birthright. It is on Kickstarter, and it's going to become an Indiegogo if that matters to you, which it shouldn't, but if it does, definitely go check it out, guys. Like I said, even if you don't back it, at least share it out. Let's get more eyes on
I'm
this.
going to show you a page.
I'm going to come back over anyway.
Okay, show the page, and then it's my time.
Yeah, I'm going to show you guys a page that I haven't used in promotion yet. Just as a little tease here.
It's an exclusive.
An exclusive.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out which one it's going to be. I think we'll go with.
Well, I just changed my pledge, so I'm just saying.
Oh, sweet!
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, it's just loading here.
Mm-hmm.
These are high-res pages, so it takes a minute to load.
Oh yeah, there it goes. There it goes. It did move up.
Whoa.
It moved up. Very nice. Very nice.
Anticipation.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird to watch the number jump in real time. Like the night we launched, it was like every few minutes, like I would just like it just did it again. Boom, 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 boom. Right in real time there. So, but it also sucks when you watch it and it goes down because I've seen that happen a couple of times too.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. Some people, they back out for whatever reason, or something else catches their eye and they only want to back one project. Weird things happen with Kickstarter, because the difference between Kickstarter and Indiegogo is that Indiegogo will take your money right away.
Yeah.
You pledge it, you pay for it, and then you wait. With Kickstarter, they don't do that. Kickstarter only claims your money at the end of the funding period, and that's only if you make funding goal.
That's
so
right.
what can happen is, so what can happen is like you'll reach the end of the crowdfunding period, and Kickstarter goes to collect the money from everyone's account. But if someone forget that they actually backed it and they don't have the money ready, well, that becomes a failed pledge and you don't get that money.
Pros and cons.
So that's kind of like the pros and cons. Yeah, exactly. Is the page up? No. Okay. Let me try one.
So, so while we wait, I'm going to go ahead and throw this in here because I want to be honest. And I've told Larry this earlier in the week, and that was that I was not a fan. That we had Larry on and way a while back on FanSpeak. I looked at it. I thought that there was some good stuff there, but I didn't think it was just in my genre back. Even though I thought the power base of the character was cool, everything else just didn't hit with me at the time. And here's what Larry did. Being Larry. He kept on going, being Rebel Comics, pushing Nyobi, doing his streams, and he's a writer, so he doesn't have that ability to just sit there and draw art like all these rest of these guys. He goes on his streams. Chester said this thing about how it has legs.
Yeah.
Well, it does. It keeps it, and Larry's got legs. Seen them. I've only heard rumors, but he keeps on going. He's doing his things, but right. He keeps doing his thing. He shows up in different areas. He's solid. Just a good guy, supportive of every movement, and as well. And what happened was I became a big fan during this process. And what I've heard tonight was he said, I see that during crowdfunding, you only get what you get times, and it's hard to have a fan base on an ongoing basis. So I'm going to make a mini series. He saw where, and he's created his own solution to that for this. And we keep talking about that here on Fan. The guy that's doing it, and and another thing, of course, he changed the great story. He decided, I'm going to up the art. I'm going to He's giving and giving what we keep asking for. So that's when I realized, and I got on board the pledge. I just upped my pledge because of that. So congratulations on everything you're doing, Larry. More power to you.
Thank you very much for the kind words, sir.
Yeah,
I'm humbled.
and I actually heard enough of that I understood what he was trying to say. So that's good.
Yeah. Well, no, that's all, something like that's great to hear, especially like, when someone may not have been on board at first, but somehow you got to them, right? That's always nice to hear. Because
Yeah,
a lot of people will judge Nyobi based on the covers. We got sexy covers, right? I mean, that's part of the appeal. But reminds me like, when I was in Calgary and this woman walks by and it's like, hot cosplayers around. She looks at them and then she looks at my table and she sees the sexy covers. Then she looks back at me and she looks back down at the table and she goes, everything in this place is a freaking porno. And I'm substituting the word freaking for something else. And I said to her, I said, have you ever read an issue of my comic, an issue of Nyobi? Do you know what's, between the cover? She looks at me, she looks down at the book. She looks at me again. She goes, no, and I don't have to either. And she goes walking off. Well, I mean, that is the literal definition of judging a book by its cover, so.
Yeah. I know. And when I read through it, I was pissed that there was no sexy ladies.
Well, I mean, there's one sexy lady, but, she's not there to be,
objectified.
Objectified. Like she's a rock star. She dresses like a rock star. But I mean, that's about as far as the sexiness goes. She doesn't even like kiss someone in the book. There's no nudity. There's no sexual scene. It's just.
Well, I'm out then.
Yeah. No. Basically, the tagline is good girl attitude with bad girl image. You know what I mean?
Which is kind of the standard J-pop girl, actually.
Well, like an homage to like the 90s bad girl scene, like a Dark Child and Lady Death and Witchblade and Evangeline and stuff like that. I want people to.
Yeah.
That's kind of like this comic book would have been great, underneath Top Cow in the 1990s. You know what I mean? Like, but this page here is like what the interior art looks like on the inside, and this is Dan Olvera's coloring and Joe Rodriguez, letterer extraordinaire. Did a great job. I love the little caption that he put on top because I didn't ask him to do that, but he's got it like the caption coming out of like one of her portals, which is like really nice little touch. You know what I mean? Just the little things he did really stand out.
Oh, great, that's fantastic.
Yeah. No, I didn't even notice that until someone else pointed that out to me. I'm like, oh damn, that's right. That's cool, man. And I love his little sound effects, like when she's going through the portal on the bike there. He just did phenomenal work. I can't praise Joe Rodriguez enough as a letterer. And he also does all the pre-press. So he makes sure that the bleed is correct, that the book is suitable for print, so I can just literally take the file down to the printer and get it printed.
She's actually far more armored than I would have expected.
Yeah, I mean, her jacket's a little beefed up there. She's on a bike, so she's got to wear the leathers, make sure she's okay.
Oh, it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. She's going into combat. She needs, because she's a teleporter, but any kind of combat she gets in, she needs to be physically capable, I'm assuming, right?
Well, I'll show you the mess that she's walking into. We'll do one more screen share just to give a tease here.
Oh, more exclusives.
This is where she's going.
Oh, look at that, dude.
And this is a double page spread. This is a low res version. But there's a huge protest going on that she's getting involved with.
It's looking pretty good.
And so you can see her portal kind of opening up there by the Channel 6 April O'Neil news van. And
right.
So some major shit is going down and she has to get involved.
There you go. Sweet. All right. We went. This is the first time we've had a 2-hour FanSpeak in quite a while, and cool, awesome. And we got to look at some news. We had some rants. We had looked at a very cool comic book. I do appreciate Larry coming in and showing us some exclusive art and talking about his book. And I agree with DeWolf 100%. I think Larry has impressed me more and more as time has gone by, and that's a good thing. And I do think he's one of the few people in the community that's creating an actual IP for himself, and that is something we should definitely support, because we're getting a lot of one shot and done stuff, and it's the nature of things. But we want to see IPs come out of here. That's what we want, right? So good on you for that, Larry. Thank you very much for coming in. Now, what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to go down the line and let everybody get their final word. Now, of course, I'm going to let Larry go last. And then Larry, after giving his final pitch and word for the day, he's going to namaste us out of here. You know what that is, Larry?
No, but I have a feeling you'll help me out.
I am going to help you out. So what you're going to have to do after you're done giving your final pitch, you're going to have to give us the most amazing bit of enlightenment that is actually just going to make the booster faint. You see?
Oh my God!
And then we're going to say namaste.
I have to say namaste.
You have to say something enlightening, something that deserves a namaste. We will say the namaste. Yeah. Okay. All right. So good. So let's go down the line. So you work on that. You get us up about a minute. Booster.
No, I'm awake.
Say something useful.
Eat lots of fiber because it makes you feel full. It makes you not want caffeine as often, but it also makes it hard to poo.
It does. It does. It's nice to know you're having that problem.
I'm currently full of fiber.
He's a fiber pooer. All right, fine.
Yeah.
DeWolf, sir?
Oh my goodness. Well, I'm going to use this time to offer the invitation to Larry to join us on FanSpeak more often.
Please.
Whenever you want to just stop on by, hit Chester, Booster, myself up to come on, because like we do here and with Booster and Thundaro, we talk about what's going on in the culture of things, and we break it down, and you've got great insights and opinions that kind of we enjoy. And of course, you can always keep us filled in on what's going on with your own stuff as well. I just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, I'm in.
Cool. Well, then Booster will add you to the Discord then, and you can come in anytime you want.
I figure out how to work Discord, but yeah.
It's really simple, dude. I mean, honestly, everyone's using Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all these. There's just absolute pile of them. Discord does every single thing you need it to do in one place. It's the best thing to use. It's the best software, I think.
The greatest thing of all time.
It just works, man. You could do everything you need to do in it.
If I can figure out this Elgato Stream Deck, I'm sure I can figure out the Discord.
So. Oh no, sure, no problem, dude. It's pretty easy. But Booster will send you an invitation. Do keep in mind that is a time-sensitive one, though. So when you get it, you need to click on it and get it done. Yeah, but it's really simple.
I figured out the logistics. I made it it will never expire.
Oh, you figured that out. Okay, there you go.
Super special link.
Oh, there. So he's sorting you out. All right. Well, thank you very much, Booster, for doing that. And DeWolf, sir, enlighten us.
DeWolf.
Final words, dude.
Yeah.
For the rest of my final words.
Because I kind of figured you wanted to kind of pitch your book that's coming up,
He's got a book?
Right. You know what? I've got on that. I'm going to make sure I get that out in my newsletter to my folks first, and then I will reveal what changes are going on next time I speak with you.
All right, you heard that, Chad. He doesn't love you anymore. All right, fine.
No.
So sad. So sad. Thundero, sir, from the mountaintop, strike down the bastards. Go ahead.
That would literally be an all-day job nowadays.
Yeah.
Final thoughts. Pretty much back Nyobi. If you like the way it looks, I think it's pretty cool. Looks pretty cool. It's got sex appeal. It's got just about everything you want. Pretty cool character. He seems to be very committed to it, which is far more important to me in the long run than just a big one and done from somebody who maybe has a really established name or whatever. Other than that, it's good to be here. I was glad that Dinale was here at least for a little while. I missed the little guy, the little llama, and we will be back.
My headline reading role,
We'll be back Saturday.
No, we will be back tomorrow. Tomorrow we have our tomorrow's the drawn and quartered, so yeah.
Do it yourself, 2099.
Yeah, sure. I get it. So Thundero will be here on the Sunday show, of course, TFT, Tinfoil Talk, whereas this week we will be talking about Mars, baby, and Thundero is going to bring the thunder with him for sure.
There's lots of thunder on Mars. It's a
There
pretty
is.
big deal there.
Thunderstruck, man.
Yeah,
There you
yeah.
go.
But other than that, yeah, I'll see you then. And yeah, have a good night, guys.
All right, cool.
So what are you guys drawing tomorrow on the fan edition?
That is a very good question.
DIY 2099.
Yeah, it's really
So
cool.
take whatever character you could think of and make it a 2099 kind of thing.
Oh, okay, I got you. All right.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be really neat because I love the 2099 series when they came out. Right, Doom was really cool. But there were so many characters that didn't get pulled into 2099. So where Booster had the idea of, well, why don't we wonder what
Adrian
they would
had
look
the
like?
idea for 2099, and I kind of
was it Adrian? Okay, well
yeah,
then credit where
and
credit's due.
And I figured out why not just make like a do-it-yourself kind of thing, right? Just take any character. Why limit ourselves to Marvel characters, right?
Yeah.
Let's do any.
I think it's gonna be really cool.
This guy's genius.
That's tomorrow, and definitely come back for that, guys. It's gonna be awesome. 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But as you know, this is of course the end of the show, and we're going to let Larry take us out. Now he's going to give us his last bit of information about Nyobi, our birthright, and then he's going to namaste us out of here. So Larry, end the show.
Well, first, I just want to again thank you guys for the invite for coming on, and to come on as a regular, and I guess in the future, I'm cool with that. I want to give thanks to some guys in the chat, man. We got Sheldon Martin in the chat, Booster Kiwi, Spencer Tunes, Bullet, Risey Lee, no relation to Nyobi Lee, Stan Lee, Jet Lee, or Bruce Lee, but we have it on good authority that he might be third cousins of Motley Crue's Tommy Lee, but that's still out the jury.
That would explain a lot, actually. Yeah. That's true.
But yeah, so many cool people out here hanging out, man. Jennifer H dropped by, the real Dr. Vateman, the real doctor, Mr. Thundero, Roger Heller, James F, Ezra, man, the list goes on. P.S. Meltzer. Now I feel like I have to say everyone, and I'm not going to be able to. But all you guys, rock. Thank you for coming by, dropping by, hanging out. And back in Nyobi, we hit the third stretch goal, as the boys pointed out a little earlier. So we're above the 5,500. So everyone that's backed is going to get the trading card, which now I have to go and design. Not a problem. Look forward to doing that. And it's onward and upward from here. As far as where you can find me, it's Nyobi Comic on Twitter. So you just want to follow me on Twitter. But really, where all my action takes place is Rebel Comics and Gaming. Just hit the little 3 dots across my name in the chat. That'll take you to my channel. And what I do there is I talk comic books and I talk gaming, and I do a lot of live streaming. Usually it's late night with Rebel, where I get on, I talk a little bit of comics, I give some updates, I chit chat, and then we get into the gaming. And I bring on my buddies. Sometimes I'll drag Booster Kiwi in for a game of Overwatch, or I'll drag in some of my buddies on the PlayStation 4, and they all get to join and be part of the stream. And it's just a bunch of guys hanging out, having fun, So. And any updates I do are always on that channel. And as far as the namaste, I guess it's time for that, huh?
Yep, quotable quotes like ignorance is bliss, something like that.
Well, I'm going to let Homer Simpson do it for me.
All right.
You tried your best and you failed miserably. The lesson is never try.
Oh, namaste.
Namaste.
Because there is. That's right. Yeah, he's being very Yoda-like right there.
Thank you. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much. And later.
Aloha.
You will